Good evening, everyone. I hope you guys are doing well on this evening. I'm sure you guys have heard by now that there is a young lady by the name of Islandgirl49 who says that she works for the Chicago Medical Examiner's Office and she is claiming to be a medical examiner's assistant. She had a conversation with a YouTuber and she made a lot of claims as to what she saw when she received the body of Kenneka Jenkins in 2017. She said that her office received the body of Kenneka Jenkins in 2017, the first week of September. She also made the claim that Kenneka's body was badly decomposed and that she had whips on her back. She stated that the inner thighs of Kenneka Jenkins were looked as though they were seemingly burnt, meaning that the skin was peeled off as if someone had basically poured hot grease in between her legs. That was my understanding of what she said. If I'm wrong, she can correct me. But at this time, I'd like to take the time out to invite Island Girl 49 to my platform so that she and I can have a discussion as to what she actually saw with Kenneka Jenkins. Um, this case is very emotional. A lot of YouTubers have put in many hours in researching the information that was provided to us by Rosemount Police Department, also the Cook County Medical Examiner's Office. And so when we have somebody inject themselves into the community claiming to be a person of that statute, claiming to have received the body of Kenneka Jenkins, the people who have put real work in doing this case, we have questions. Okay, we have legitimate questions, and so Island Girl 49, if you're out there and you're listening to me, I hope that you consider coming to the platform so we can have this discussion. Um, One of the things I noticed during her conversation is that she never articulated to the people what her credentials were. And I know just from the basic research that I've done as far as the medical part of Kenneka Jenkins' case is concerned, that a medical examiner's assistant has to be a doctor. And when one is a doctor, that person has to hold a doctorate degree in medicine. So that's one of the reasons why I'd like to sit down and have a conversation with Island Girl 49. But for right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you guys to this website and we're going to go through it to see what type of information that we can find. Okay, I skimmed through it earlier, so I know that some of the information is about the deaths that Cook County received in 2017. And again, this information is coming from the Cook County's government website. So this is a legitimate website that anyone could go to, and it gives you a list of all of the deaths that happened in 2017. It breaks them down into female and male, infants, and it also gives you the statistics as far as what these people died of. So let's jump right into it, guys. This may take a little while, but I'm here for it tonight because of the fact that the claim that Island Girl 49 made is such a serious claim. If we have someone who's coming into the community claiming to have received the body of Kenneka Jenkins, then we need to talk to her. We need to talk in depth with her. We need to have the conversation uh, needs to go as such as we're asking her really good questions as to what she saw. Okay. So again, the medical examiner's assistant has to be a medical doctor, and that medical doctor has other training in pathology. And basically what pathology means is that that medical doctor got additional training where they can go into toxicology, they can go into studying the organs and dissecting, basically dissecting the body, doing autopsies. Okay. So, and again, I'm a layperson, but I have medical professionals in my family, and I've tried numerous amounts of time to get my sisters to come on the panel and talk about Kenneka Jenkins' case. When I researched her autopsy, I researched and studied her autopsy and actually got input from my sisters about her case. One is a doctor and the other is a nurse. And they both told me that it would be unethical of them to get on the panel and discuss the Kenneka Jenkins case. They said that they would never go against the findings of another medical professional. And so, with that being said, guys, that's why I feel the way I feel. Um, I have to question the intent of Island Girl 49. And again, if she is legit, then the invitation that I extended to her, I'm sure she'll gladly accept it. So let's get into this information from the Cook County's Medical Examiner's Office from 2017. Okay, right here you guys can see that it is the Office of Cook County Medical Examiner's Office annual report from 2017. The chief medical examiner is Pony Arankamar, MD. Let's take a look at the table of contents to see um, what kind of information is provided in this pamphlet. Okay, so there's a letter from the Chief Medical Examiner's Office, a glance at 2017, the mission, vision, and commitment, history of the Medical Examiner's Office, operations. There's jurisdiction, departments, primary medical examiner functions, and other services provided. Information for the families, indigent burial, dignified final disposition, funeral directors, collaborative efforts, a look ahead, and then the charts and the graphs. And so that's what I want to get into. And then we'll get into looking at the people who actually work at the medical examiner's office. So let's take a quick look at the chart from 2017, the medical examiner's data. Okay, and there's a picture of the chief medical examiner. And that is the letter that she has provided to the people who come to this site. And so I'll leave it up here for a few minutes. I'm not going to read all of that because I'm not really interested in that part of the information. Okay, so this is Cook County's medical examiner's cases at a glance. So in 2017, the number of medical examiners cases were 6,326. It gives you a breakdown of accidents, natural causes, homicides, suicides, and undetermined deaths. The total number of deaths in Cook County in 2017 was 41,788. Right here we can see there's another breakdown of the deaths. And right here, the number of deaths investigated were 11,864. Non-medical examiner cases were 5,731. The average number of bodies stored per day in Cook County in 2017 was 183 bodies. That is unbelievable. They had 571 unclaimed bodies, 149 partial autopsies. This is the first time I see this. I have never heard of a partial autopsy until now. The number of bodies transported to the office in 2017 was 5,403. Unidentified autopsies were 10. Another breakdown right here. The homicide autopsies were 840, suicide 158, non-motor vehicle death certified were 2,063. Motor vehicle accident certified was 297. And then it goes on to give you more information. I'm going to go on to read because I know a lot of people are interested in the gun violence out there, and people do a lot of research, on that issue. Gun-related homicides were 744 in 2017. That is unbelievable. Um, it gives a breakdown of the races. White people who died from gun violence in 2017, that number is 27. Black people, 589. Astonishing. That is unbelievable. Latino, 125, and other 3. External examinations by physicians, 1,700. By investigator, 570. Hospital autopsies under ME jurisdiction in 2017. Guys, this is very important. So for the people who really researched this case, You need to jot this down or go to this website so you can get this information for yourself. So when the question arises that Kenneka Jenkins or somebody implies that Kenneka Jenkins' body went to the morgue, you have the answer right here before you. Hospital autopsies. ME jurisdiction is 0. So that tells us off the top that Kenneka's body did not go to the morgue. Period. There were 5,414 cases where they performed the autopsy and toxicology. Bodies unidentified were 12. Organ donations, they had 113 organ donations, 75 tissue donations, 568 cornea donations. And all the rest of this stuff, which doesn't really concern me. So let's get down to the good information, guys. Robert J. Stein, Institute of Forensic Medicine. That's just some other information. Let's get to the charts. Let me read the primary medical examiner's functions with death investigations. The investigations division answers initial call from mandated reporters concerning the death of an individual within the county. Investigators determine if the deceased falls within jurisdiction of the medical examiner's office and performs scene investigations. The jurisdiction under Illinois law and local ordinance, the medical examiner is both required and empowered to determine the cause and manner of death. The medical examiner investigates any human death that falls within any or all of the following categories: criminal violence, suicide, accident, suddenly when in apparent good condition, unattended by a practicing licensed physician, suspicious or unusual circumstance, and all the rest of these things. Autopsies and postpartum examinations. Okay? Forensic pathologists perform complete autopsy examinations or external examinations as necessary to determine cause and manner of death. Forensic pathologists also provide expert testimony in criminal and civil matters at depositions. Forensic pathologists meet with law enforcement, state attorneys, public defenders, and families as appropriate. Finally, forensic pathologists provides prompt notification to respective agencies such as the Department of Health and any death due to a reportable disease, unsafe consumer product, and unsafe work environment. This is very interesting because Island Girl 49 claims that she was the pathologist who received Kenneka Jenkins' body in court. Okay, and so now this takes me to ethics, the ethical behavior of doctors. If in fact Island Girl 49 is a doctor, the assistant medical examiner who claims to have seen or had anything to do with Kenneka Jenkins' body, which she says that she received in the first week of September, then we can expect her to be a part of Miss Teresa Martin's civil case that she has, that is still alive. It's active right now. Okay? Because this says, I'm going to read it again. It says forensic pathologists perform complete autopsy examinations or external examinations as necessary to determine cause and manner of death. Forensic pathologists also provide expert testimony in criminal and civil matters at deposition or trial. So that would be one of the questions that I have for Island Girl 49. About the deposition. What did she say in the deposition? Is she expected to attend the trial that's upcoming? As far as we know right now, Teresa Martin did not settle out this case. So either she has rejected an offer that was made to her, or she's waiting out to go to trial. She wants to have a trial by jury in this civil matter. And if that is the case, the reason why she wants to do that is because she wants to learn more information about what happened to Kenneka. Forensic pathologists meet with law enforcement, state attorneys, public defenders, and family as appropriate. Finally, forensic pathologists provide prompt notification to respective agencies such as the Department of Health of any death due to reportable disease, unsafe consumer product, and unsafe work environment. It goes on to list another set of services they provide. And I'll leave that up here for you for a few minutes, a few seconds, so you can read it out for yourself. All right. So let's get to the departments within the Cook County Medical Examiner's Office. The Medical Examiner's Office is organized in 10 divisions: administrative, autopsy, intake, morgue, attendance, investigations, histology, medical records, pathology, photography, radiology, and toxicology. And that word morgue right here, it doesn't mean that there's a morgue in the medical examiner's office. It has morgue attendants in the medical examiner's office. Okay, these are the other, this is information for the families. Autopsies and an external examination. An autopsy is a thorough examination of the body, inside and out, performed to document or rule out injuries and disease. The autopsy procedure is performed by a medical doctor with special forensic training in recognizing the appearance of injury and the effect of diseases. An autopsy may take several hours to perform and is often followed by laboratory tests, some of which can take months to complete. In cases where an autopsy may not be warranted, an examination of only the external surfaces of the body is performed. Again, somebody who performs autopsies has to be a doctor. They must hold a doctorate degree in medicine. And in this case, they must also have to have extra training in pathology, which goes into forensics, which leads into toxicology, studying the organs. You guys can read it for yourself. Okay, oh, highlights. I see people. I see people. So this, I'm going to read this out to you guys because this may provide us a little bit, it may tell us something about possibly who Island Girl 49 is. Possibly. These are the highlights from 2017. Dana Kelly Hampton recognition. On April 26, 2017, investigator Dana Kelly Hampton responded to a reported death scene in Chicago, Illinois. After entering the decedent's bedroom, investigator Hampton noticed several items that she, through her vast training and experience, suspected to be a makeshift apparatus of the production of methamphetamine. She also noted crystalline substance on the dresser, as well as several small plastic bags that she recognized to be consistent with those used to package and distribute illicit substances. Based on her observation, she noticed the police supervisor. Okay, I'm not going to read all of that to you guys, but I will blow up this picture because I want you guys to get a look at the people in the photograph. Okay? Especially the people of color. Let's go on to see what's happening next. Missing Persons Day. Okay, I'm going to get it out of there. Oh, okay. So let's see what this says, y'all. This ought to be interesting as well. It says 3 fellows graduate. Fellows Grace Duke, Kimberly Golden, and Zachary something. I can't pronounce his name and I don't want to mess it up. So in 2017, we had Grace Dukes, Kimberly Golden, and Zachary to graduate. That's interesting. I'm going to write that name down. the lady's name down? Grace Golden and Kimberly Dukes. I'm sorry, Grace Dukes and Kimberly Golden. Totally messed that up, right? Grace Dukes, Kimberly Golden. And the reason why I'm writing that down is because I'm going to research their credentials. So we had three doctors to graduate in 2017. And this is Dr. Orunka Moore with somebody. Remember, she's the chief medical examiner at Cook County. I'm not going to read all of that stuff to you guys because I don't think it's relevant to what I'm talking about. But right here, this is relevant to what I'm talking about because it lists the funeral homes that are on the list to be contacted when the medical examiner's office has finished an autopsy and they are ready to release the autopsy. They use one of these funeral homes, and as you can see, Leaks and Sons Funeral Home right here is the third one on the list, and that's where Kenneka's body went to afterward. She had an independent autopsy as well. She had her first autopsy was the state's autopsy, which is Cook County, and then her mom had an independent autopsy as well, but that's where her body went to afterwards. Okay, guys, from everything I'm reading, I already know, everybody know that doctors are scientists, okay? And so that takes a lot of education in order to become a doctor. I mean, you have to literally, that's almost 12 years of study, you know. I don't think we're ever going to find, unless a doctor has a speech impediment, we're not going to find them missing over their words. They're not lay people like you and I are, you know. So, yeah. Pathologist assistants. Okay, so now this is what Islandgirl49 claims to be. She claims to be a pathologist assistant. The medical examiner's office has an arrangement with Rosalind Franklin University of Medicine and Science that facilitates pathology assistant students to observe pathologists conducting examinations, including autopsies. I mean, these people are not, they don't have the average education. So, I mean, and that's why I really want to talk with Island Girl 49, because for anybody to get on social media and make that claim, that person has to be questioned. And rightfully so. We have a right to know. I mean, these people have so much education until it's it's mind blowing how they have the ability to remain focused and diligent, and their tenacity to be able to complete that level of education. You know, the average person don't even want to go, even if some people are smart enough to do it. They don't want to take the time to do it. Mortuary of science. These people are, they're not the average people. So that's what I wanted to show you guys. And these are just some more breakdowns, the graphs and stuff, the deaths they had in Cook County, and it tells you what these people died from, the amount of people, and stuff like that. Man, this is crazy. Like, this is really interesting. Um, the drugs and the gun violence is really, really bad out there, and it's bad everywhere, but Chicago is really, you know, something else. Oh my God. See, when you actually sit down and actually, do a little research and studying, this really, not only does it helps the community, the J4K community, but it also helps you as well, because you're constantly learning things. You're learning things that you probably didn't even know, you know. And you're reading these things, and these things are forever ingrained in your mind. And so that's why when people come to the community and they say certain things, the people who have done, like I said earlier, have taken the time to do the research and study, they have questions. If something sounds funny, they want to know where you got that information from. Who are you? Why are you saying these things that we have proven either to be true or not true? Look at this, is wild. This is the drug related deaths. Wow. That opioid addiction is crazy. They give you a breakdown of the heroin cases per district. Okay, guys. Then fentanyl. That fentanyl is something else. People ought to be careful with that, because I don't know what is it with even in the state where I'm at, seems like the people who are selling the drugs, it don't seem like they want their users to come back, because they are lacing the drugs with fentanyl and it's killing them. I don't understand that. That's crazy. Wow. Look at that, guys. Look at this is this is critical information. This is age distribution of decedents by race. Look at where that the color for black people is black. And look at how far it is. It's over 300%. That's crazy. All of it is sad, but this is ridiculous. That's crazy. Black people need to get it together. Wow. Look at that. Look at this number. 72% male. The percentage of males who died in Chicago in the year of 2020 and 2017 was 72.9%. 4,469 men died. My God. And they show you the partial autopsies and all that other stuff. The manner of death, accidents, in 2017 were, let's see, 858. This is crazy. So again, guys, you guys can go to this website if you so choose to. The website is called Cook County Government website. And it's the annual report. It's going to come out on PDF on your computer. You go to it and they have a list of years. So you want to check into the year of 2017 so you can find this information. And so again, I will extend my invitation to Islandgirl49. I would like you to come on my panel so we can have a discussion as to what you saw and basically who you are. And like I said, if everything is legitimate with you, I believe that you wouldn't have a problem with coming on my panel and discussing Kenneka Jenkins' case. Okay? So I want to thank everybody for watching. And like I said, you can get this information off of the Cook County's government website. Thank you guys and have a wonderful, wonderful evening. God bless. Bye.